the Jaguars are united on the bluffs of the mighty Mississippi to defend their turf. And this fall, they stalk in unison. This fall, they strike with furiosity. This fall, Jaguars proud as well.
Touchdown run. That's a lot of effort, a lot of determination.
Welcome home, right here to A.W. Mumford Stadium. It's Homecoming 2018. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Powers, right outside of A.W. Mumford Stadium, and, of course, right inside the Tony Clayton Championship Plaza, which, by the way, the ribbon-cutting ceremony will be held today, part of Homecoming ceremonies. It's Homecoming 2018, and we're playing an opponent, and almost in a way had to apologize this week that Alcorn State was the opponent for Southern University for a homecoming, but Coach Odom said that he and Coach Fred McNair talked and said that, it's the way it came up on the schedule, but it's not the first time that Alcorn State has been a homecoming opponent in the Coach Dawson Odom's era. 2013, in a big-time overtime loss, the Alcorn State Braves won here on this field. But the thing about losses has not been coming big time here for Southern University. In fact, they are 10-0. The last 10 games they have won on this field here at A.W. Mumford Stadium. And with the new synthetic turf, they're 9-0. And the last time they lost was October 31st, 2015. Folks, that's a month shy of being 3 years since the last loss on this field. And that was against the Alcorn State Braves. And Chris Jones, the Sports Information Director, joins us right here from Southern University. And we cannot forget that. That is when Footman became the big man. It was a rain-soaked stadium. And before the synthetic turf, it was mud everywhere. That guy seemed to be the only one walking on water.
And that was a tremendous night. You know, it was a situation where fans thought hurricane season was still in play. It was a monsoon. The drainage system we had at A.W. Mumford Stadium couldn't handle the deluge and the amounts of rain that came to Baton Rouge that day. And Lenore's Footman just ran all over Southern University. The defense had no answer for him, and Alcorn has had Southern University's number. If you look back in the history, it's just something about Alcorn State. The proximity to Baton Rouge, the relationship between Southern and Alcorn, Steve McNair, Pete Richardson, some of those names. Alcorn State has always been a thorn in Southern University's side, and we expect a tough contest tonight as well. The last time Southern University beat Alcorn State at home was actually in 2011. And Stump Mitchell was the head coach. It was a 30-14 win for Southern University. So, it wasn't by design that Alcorn was the opponent. When we look at scheduling and we pick a date for homecoming, it's generally we look at the calendar, not necessarily the opponent. And so this latest September was the best we could do as far as homecoming, and Alcorn happened to be that opponent. But I think this Jaguar team is ready to go, and it helps coming off a big win like we had last week against A&M in Mobile.
A come-from-behind win, got up to a 6-0 start, and then all of a sudden it was 21-6 before anybody knew anything. And then Southern University shut them down after that until the fourth quarter when they scored the 6 points, went for the 2-point conversion, and right there Calvin Lunkins was right in the way to stop the quarterback from getting a 2-point conversion in that. And Southern wins. They go 1-0 on the season. Alcorn State had a little easier mark. They went to Valley and easily destroyed Valley for their 1-0 mark. This, as Chris mentioned, it's a 66 meeting with these two teams right here, and Southern is down on the schedule 36-27-2 in the overall record. That's the only losing record Southern has. That includes Grambling State. Now in the Bayou Classic, Grambling has the 2-game lead. But in the overall series, Southern leads Grambling State in that series. But Alcorn has always been the one that, as he pointed out, has been the thorn in Southern's side. And that includes quarterbacks that have been unbelievable. Steve McNair, Fred McNair, who, by the way, is going to be coaching in this game today as the head coach of the Alcorn State Braves. And then, as we mentioned, Lenore's Footman. And then now they've got a new quarterback out, and this guy has almost 900 yards in total offense, and he's unbelievable. Noah Johnson. And this is going to be, Coach Odom told me this week, it's going to be how he goes. If they can stop this guy Johnson at the quarterback spot, they have a good chance of winning this game.
Well, the philosophy for Southern University against Alcorn has always been to put them in situations where the quarterback has to rely on the passing game more than the running game. Alcorn is deadly whenever they have the ability to run and pass, mix up the run versus the pass. They're RPO offense, so they like to mix in that read and that play action read. And so a lot of times with Southern University defense, it's unpredictable. So the offense for Southern University is going to be key, because if they can keep the Jaguars in the game within a possession or possibly get up big over Alcorn State, they will force Alcorn State to abandon their philosophy, which is pound the ball, be extremely physical, and allow Noah Johnson to dictate what the Alcorn State Brave offense can do today.
And if Noah Johnson's not running the ball, you got another guy named Simmons, P.J. Simmons. He has 6.8 yards per carry. He has 3 touchdowns on the year. By the way, Johnson has 8 touchdowns total, 3 in the passing and 5 in the rushing. So last year, with that come-from-behind victory for Alcorn State and Lorman, Southern gave up almost 400 yards in rushing in that game. So that was not a good – they got to stop the rush today, and they have got to be able to put somebody on him. I looked at a couple of people. I think Lunkins is the leading tackler on the team, number 52. He's the linebacker that saved it last week, I should say. He's one guy that could possibly stop him. But, you know, if I was Coach Odoms, you know who I'd stop? Montavious Gaines, number 5. He's got the speed. He is third in tackling. That's who I would put. And watch Footman. Watch Johnson. I don't care what Johnson does. If he stays in the pocket, you go after him. If he starts running, you follow him. That's your guy. Don't care. Don't watch anybody else. I want you watching Johnson today.
And it's going to be key for the defensive line as well to play into that role. You can have a spy. You can have Montavious Gaines out there patrolling the secondary and things of that nature. But it's about gap integrity. You need your defensive ends to not pursue so aggressively up the field and leave Johnson with lanes where he can navigate and actually hurt Southern with huge chunks of yardage in the running game. It's one of those things where, you know, the coaches want you to rush upfield but kind of create a bowl and kind of make him stay in that pocket, because if you lose gap integrity, then the next thing you know, Noah Johnson is running off to the end towards the sideline for a big 15, 20-yard gain, and that's what really hurts Southern University.
They talk about one of those defensive ends. Joe Davis has 4 sacks on the season. He's going to have to be able to step up and be able to stop that. It's going to be interesting. And also defensively, obviously, for Southern University, they're going to have to play good defense. I think Southern's got to play a almost perfect football game today. And you brought up an interesting point off air, and it's absolutely true. We're so used with Quinn and Danny Johnson, who we're going to be talking to a little later on here today. He's with the Washington Redskins right now, and they're off this week, and he's going to join us back for homecoming here coming up in just a moment. But also, we've always had a good return guy. DeMario Houston was supposed to be that guy, but ankle injuries and problems like that, the return game has just not been there. Washington hadn't been himself either lately, but Washington's starting to finally come back a little bit. So bottom line is the return game, both the punt and the kickoff return, has to be big today to set Southern up in good field position.
It's going to be important because your return game can actually change the momentum of the game. You're in a situation where your defense hold, you get off the field on third down, and you need a big play, and the special teams is that unit that can provide that spark for Southern University to get them on the field. Offensively, you need that. You need to be able to work with a short field today against Alcorn State.
And also, I talked to Coach Odoms, too, and he told me this. Devon Ben, it has to be the big game for Devon Ben today. Number 9, running back. He's the leading running back on this team. He told me this week, I need Devon Ben to be John Curtis good. And that's where he went to high school. And I'll tell you, I mean, he's got to be able to run. I saw him getting a little better in the last game against Alabama A&M. He got 83 yards, and he got his first rushing touchdown. He also received a touchdown. So I see him getting a little bit better in that sense, and he's going to have to be able to perform. Look, this is a school that has produced 4 straight 1,000-yard rushing seasons. Okay, now 2 of them come from Lenore Artillery. We're going to talk to his dad coming up here in just a moment. That's 3 of them came from him. The other one came from a guy who looked just like Lenore Artillery, okay, in Edwards, Herm Edwards. So, I mean, we're going to need a guy that's going to get that 1,000 yards. But right now, Chris, it maybe not be Devon Ben getting the 1,000 yards. It might be John Lampley, for God's sakes, because he leads the team in rushes. He leads the team in yardage, but he's getting hit way too much.
I think what the philosophy for Coach Chinnisberry, who's the offensive coordinator, will be today, the Southern University will have to establish the run early. And I know they won't want to expose John Lampley early, so Devon Ben, it may be running back by committee. And if John Ben finds success early, then you feed him and allow him to do what Lenore Artillery did for his entire career, which is basically set the tone. Southern University is going to have to be physical against Alcorn State's defense from the get-go. So as soon as that ball is kicked off and the Jaguars on offense, look for them to be very aggressive in the running game and actually look to bring the fight to Alcorn State. It's homecoming. You got a lot of alumni here. This place will be packed. We got fans and Southern University alumni from all over the world coming back. They're going to be excited and pull it. You have to give them something to cheer for early so that they are engaged during the game and all the way through the game, and you want to set the tone by hitting Alcorn State in the mouth at the forefront.
No, you talk about running back by committee. It was so great to see Jamar Queasy Mims get the carry last week and got a touchdown last week. Southern Lab product. Everybody pulls for him because he's right there. He was right down the road, and now he's playing in A.W. Mumford Stadium. So it was so good to see him to get that. But, again, we're going to have to use also the receivers today. Catalan is going to have to be big. He's the leading receiver on the team. Trey Smith is a deep threat. Washington's finally starting to come out a little bit. You've got a big receiver, number 87, Randall Menard, who's a 6th year of eligibility. And that guy is so big. When I see him on the field, he looks, okay, there's a tight end. Oh, no, he's not the tight end. He's 6'3". This guy is huge, and he is going to be a big factor into hopefully today's game. The bottom line is they've got to be able to be consistent on the offensive side. All right, Chris Jones, thank you so much for joining us, my friend. Did a great job as always. When we come back, this place is dedicated to this man. He helped put it here, Tony Clayton. We're going to talk with him live inside the Tony Clayton Championship Plaza right outside A.W. Mumford Stadium. It's homecoming 2018. Back after this timeout, I'm Chris Powers, and we are right here at the Southern Game Day Experience presented by ExxonMobil on Pelican Sports TV.
Imagine a day without music. You go downtown, you can find some music. You come uptown, you can find some music. Monday night, they got music. Every night of the week, there's music somewhere. Baton Rouge is a place where it's easy to make friends, it's easy to hear some music, and it's easy to come back. We got the music, we got the food, and we got good people. So with that combination, you can't lose, right? You ever come to Louisiana?
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score, because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never, ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, official chicken of Southern University. One love.
This December 15th, the best in HBCU football will meet in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl. MEAC champion versus SWAC champion. Only one will rise above the rest at Mercedes-Benz Stadium and claim the coveted Celebration Bowl trophy. For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
We're a nation of hardworking Americans, and businesses will always be the lifeline of this great country. As a business owner, you understand the importance of your reputation. In times of uncertainty, you need a real lawyer who's serious about protecting you and your business. You need a problem solver. You need the law firm of Clayton and Fouger. Tony Clayton is a proven trial lawyer. He'll defend you and your business to the fullest extent of the law. Protect your investment and call the law firm of Clayton and Fouger today.
Dallas, get ready to turn it all the way up for the 2018 State Fair Football Showdown. Saturday, October 20th, Cotton Bowl Stadium. Get ready for the Battle of the Caps. It's the Tigers of Texas Southern University, straight out of H-Town, versus those Jaguars of Southern University, Baton Rouge. Brought to you by Lone Star Sports. Two big cats from the swag. It's colossal. Come witness Southern's high-scoring offense against Texas Southern's shutdown defense. In the end, only one cat will remain standing. This is huge. It's a game you've been waiting for. Turn it up. And did we mention the bands? Get ready for the high-stepping bands you want to hear. Featuring TSU's Ocean of Soul moving in motion against Southern's Human Jukebox. Saturday, October 20th, Cotton Bowl Stadium in Dallas. It's Texas Southern's Tigers of H-Town. Turn it up. This is the Jaguars of Southern University, Baton Rouge. For more information, visit our website, www.statefairshowdown.com.
Grand Cherokees, we'd rather sell them than move them.
It's Salisbury's Move and Selling Jeep Adventure Days.
Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo, $27,990.
With Power Group backup camera, keyless entry, and Uconnect.
Get them now at Salisbury's Chrysler,
Dodge,
Jeep,
and Ram in Baton Rouge.
Care South offers a wide range of comprehensive medical, behavioral health, and dental services. On behalf of the staff and board of directors, we want to thank the parish of Ascension, East Baton Rouge, and Iberville for allowing us to serve you. Come out to any of our locations where family is serving families.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Homecoming 2018, and we're right outside A.W. Mumford Stadium, inside the brand-new Tony Clayton Championship Plaza. And right now, we've got the man who is on everything. Obviously, Athletics Committee Chair, Southern University System Board of Supervisors, and his name is on this. And the only thing my name is on is Bill's, Tony. So, first of all, congratulations on this. It's absolutely gorgeous. What did it come in your mind to be able to do something like this?
You know, I kind of stole the idea from Jerry Lane over at LSU. They have a plaza outside their baseball stadium, and we wanted to have one where the kids can come through. As a matter of fact, the kids today are coming to pay respect to Wade Sims. Wayne and Faye Sims are some of the sweetest parents in the world, and our kids go to U-High. Wade went to U-High. But they're going to honor this kid today, and I'll be over here with these kids paying respect to Lil Wade Sims. So shout out to the family. Our condolences go to them, and we're deeply, deeply sorry for what their loss. And but back to this, I'll tell you, Chris, this deal is it's going to generate hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars for kids. We just raised another $300,000, and that's all going towards scholarship and academics.
And you talk about that, too, the Student Academic Center. Southern's going to have one here, and that's pretty big, too.
I mean, that's awesome. I mean, it allows the athletes to go in. They can get on computers. I mean, the NCAA was here yesterday. They endorsed it. But you got to give a shout-out to our athletic director. This Roman Banks guy has totally revolutionized athletics up here, and I'm just so proud that we have him to be part of our staff. That's incredible. And you, too, and you and your radio, Henry Baptiste, you guys do a spectacular job, man.
Well, thank you. And not only that, going back to Roman Banks, but they're using this. The NCAA is using Southern University as a model on how to get back into the APR scoring, and that's pretty big.
Hey, guys, here again, you have to give a shout-out to the athletic department. They knuckled down. They put their nose to the road, and they brought that score all the way up. So Southern should serve as a model how to turn this deal around, and a lot of kids can look at us a lot of schools can look at us to see how to make that thing happen for them.
Now, we're not just going to have just one little homecoming, and you can smell the barbecue already all the way from right here, and I know you've got some going on and all that stuff and all the partying and all this is going to be a lot of fun. But we've got the ribbon-cutting ceremony going out here in this beautiful plaza today. And not only that, you can't just do it simple. We got even a second line. Parade's going to be here and everything.
True. From New Orleans, the brass band from New Orleans. Matter of fact, they're driving down now, and we're going to have fun. So you should come out, bring the kids, bring the family. We're going to have just a wholesome time out here all day today. So bring out the folks and come eat. As a matter of fact, I'm frying chicken, and I can fry chicken better than Kellogg's can do his cornflakes. So you guys should come out and enjoy and come get some free chicken from me.
There you go. Now, when we look at this, A.W. Mumford Stadium right now looks absolutely great. As we said earlier in the program, they've won 9 straight games on that synthetic turf. That is a beautiful turf, by the way. The stadium is looking good. You got the field house looking great. People are in there sitting and enjoying the suites and what have you. Right now, Southern University is looking very nice.
It's at its pinnacle, and I tell you what, we're going to keep it there. I mean, here again, you got to keep giving credit to this guy, Roman Banks, but we are at an all-time high. I mean, the facilities, there's nowhere in the SWAC that you can find this type of facility. So we're top-notch with it, and the kids are taking care of it. I mean, it's immaculate if you were to walk into this place. So yeah, Southern is experiencing some good times now, and well, I'm just proud to be part of the family up here.
And Dr. Belton told us last week, the president of Southern University, that there's more freshman enrollment this year than in previous years.
Yeah, our numbers are up on the Baton Rouge campus. We have something that's called Sussler Connect, which I think is one of the most valuable tools that Dr. Belton and his predecessors created. And it allows kids to come up here, matriculate, and work get toward their 4-year degree. It just allows a whole bunch of kids to come into Southern and have them access to education. And I'll tell you, Southern took me a rock out of the backdoor cane fields of Louisiana, Lukeville, and polished me so that I can shine throughout the courtrooms. This school is where it's at. I've often told folks that Southern and Grambling both created the black middle class in this state. So I'm glad to the state for funding Southern and Grambling. They should do more, but there's a need for this school, and we are an intricate part of this state. And I just thank the taxpayers and the legislature for keeping us viable.
And by the way, the governor is going to be here at the coin toss today. Governor John Bell Edwards is going to be tossing the coin today. And like you said, speaking of governors, Mike Foster came and got his law degree right here at Southern University.
Sure they did. PBS Pinchback was one of the first folks to put together to bring Southern to the spot in Baton Rouge, but when it was created in New Orleans. So yeah, there's a whole lot of folks who've been in that governor's mansion who've run rounds up here at Southern University. Governor Edwards will be here today, tossing the coin, and of course he'll make his way around with all the students and the faculty and staff, and it's just a great day for us. I hope that weather holds off.
Yeah, and hopefully, I think it possibly may rain at about the 2 o'clock time, and then after that, by kickoff, it should be great. And we're going to ask you about something about just in a moment, but any big things coming in for Southern University? We talked about the Student Academic Center, and I know that Southern board members are always meeting. They met in Shreveport not long ago, but what do we have coming up besides the big Bayou Classic coming up with Grambling?
Well, I'll tell you what, that's the granddaddy of them all. But I'll tell you, President Belton and his administration, they've got a whole bunch of things, a plethora of things on the calendar in terms of working toward retention, recruitment, and bringing in new students. We're going to have a couple of new buildings come on the campus. So Southern, as I told you earlier, is just experiencing some good times under the leadership of this president.
The last time Southern University lost on this field was against the Alcorn State Braves. So will the Southern Jaguars do it today, homecoming against the Braves of Alcorn State?
32-27, Southern wins.
Oh, come on!
I'm telling you.
I'll tell you what. I'll bring you to Henry's place to get you some knuckle sucking chicken for that.
I tell you what, and I'll be over there. But we're gonna pull it out. And I made a promise to our chair of our board from Kentwood. Kentwood put out some pretty good football players.
Yes.
But she will be here, and she says also that Southern's going to win it 32-27. So
I like that.
I think we will. I think we'll pull it out.
That is a very good game and very good score. I can promise you that. I know you're proud of this next guy coming up. He plays for the Washington Redskins, Danny Johnson. He came here from Southern University. He's going to be coming up on the next segment.
That kid is one of the nicest kids ever. And you see Doug Williams was wise enough to come get him, and I think he complimented Southern and said, told Coach Odom that Southern has done a great job grooming this kid to play on the next level. So, but Chris, thank you for what you do for Southern, brother. You're the best, man.
Well, I appreciate that. You're the best at doing this. Unbelievable place. The Tony Clayton Championship Plaza. The ribbon cutting ceremony is today, and you've got to come see this right in front of the beautiful A.W. Mumford Fieldhouse. It is absolutely beautiful, and we're going to have the big ribbon cutting ceremony today. They got beautiful blue and gold lights all around this place. It's something you've got to see. When we come back, we'll talk to Danny Johnson right here as the Southern Game Day experience continues right here in front of A.W. Mumford Stadium, presented by our friends at ExxonMobil right here on Pelican Sports TV.
Welcome to the multiplier games. Multiply your winnings. 5 times. 10 times. 20 times. 50 times. Win up to $200,000. Louisiana Lottery. Multiply your play.
Need to see a doctor fast? Lake Express Check-In lets you get in line online. Visit ololrmc.com/express to choose an estimated treatment time at one of our emergency room, urgent care, or physician office locations. A service of Our Lady of the Lake.
What's the most important aspect of event hosting? Location. This is something that Bell knew from day one. That's why we're located in downtown Baton Rouge, across from the convention center, close to LSU, and right by the river. So with a friendly staff, award-winning cuisine, and a massive conference center of 10 rooms and 24,000 square feet capable of fitting more than 2,000 guests, what we offer is just as important as where we are.
Family road trips just got a whole lot easier. The 2018 Nissan Rogue. Now with Nissan Intelligent Mobility, featuring technologies like available ProPilot Assist, which helps keep an eye on the road ahead and helps you stay centered while you're turning this lane into memory lane. Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
Legendary Import Group. Exceptional service and a rare collection. You'll discover the only distinctive auto for the legend in you. We are legendary.
I am legendary.
I'm Team Legendary. I am legendary.
I am legendary.
Now that's legendary. Stop by Legendary Import Group today, where our team is honored to serve you. We are legendary.
Legendary Import Group, the only place for legendary care.
Preparing a meal, it's a lot like preparing for a game. It involves hard work, the right plan, and attention to detail. Great food, that's our passion. A taste of Louisiana, handcrafted from scratch. Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Home, away, any game day. At Walk-Ons, we'll help you do game day right.
The smart Baton Rouge business traveler travels out of Baton Rouge. Why? It's about not having to wake up hours earlier, fight traffic, and stand in long lines. It's also about BTR being closer, more convenient, with non-stops and short hops to anywhere your business takes you. It's smart. So for your business, if it's about being one step ahead and not dead on your feet, then it's about time you flew BTR. Baton Rouge Metro Airport. It's about time.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, welcome back, everybody, right here. It's all about homecoming, coming back home to the Bluffs. And we've got one guy who came back home, Danny Johnson, played in 46 games. Danny Johnson, by my records, you didn't miss a game at Southern University. You played every one, didn't you?
Played every game.
Every game?
Yes, sir.
Unbelievable. Since 2000, basically 13 games in his freshman year, 11 games in his sophomore year, 11 in his junior, and 11 in his senior. He had 16 interceptions here at Southern University, and congratulations, man. We were all following you. You came here, obviously had a great career at Southern, not only defensively but return guy, and we miss you, by the way,
yes, sir,
in the return game. And then also we went to the Senior Bowl, did very good in the Senior Bowl, played also went to the Combine in Indianapolis, Indiana. And then I was shocked. Were you shocked that you didn't get drafted?
Yeah, it was a big shock to me, but I just knew God had a plan for everything, and I just knew, there was more motivation to my game to just continue to be great.
So he signs as a free agent, and sometimes free agents, for the most part, don't make a team. But this young man made the 53-man roster for the Washington Redskins, and I know that you were happy with that.
Yes, sir, I was definitely pleased. It still hasn't even hit me yet. I'm still speechless. But, I knew what I was capable of. I knew if I just get an opportunity with any team, any of the 32 teams, that I'd go in there and just capitalize on my opportunity.
And so far, playing for the Washington Redskins, how has it been playing in the NFC East?
Oh, it's been great. Great guys on that team, great group of veterans, leaders. They lead the young guys the right way. So I'm definitely pleased with being behind those guys, and I'm continuing to do better.
All right, and also watch out a little way, man. We're on the TV right there. Darius Geis, a guy from LSU, definitely was playing on that team. First preseason game, blows his knee out. And not only that, he was not only just going to be a big rusher for that team, but also we would see him going to the crowd and high-fiving the crowd and all that stuff. He was obviously going to be a great teammate for you.
Yeah, Darius is going to be a great teammate. We'll be grateful when he's come back. But his injury process is going good. He's doing a lot of rehab. But Geis is a guy that always goes to the fans. He always greets the fans. You know, when he's out in Ashburn, Virginia, he's going out mingling with the fans. And he's been a great help to their team. And when he gets back, you know, we're going to definitely be pleased to have him back.
What does Southern University mean for you?
Southern University means a lot for me. Just all the adversity I went through here, from coming here my freshman year, seeing about 30 guys being pulled off the bus for academics. You know, just learning how to deal with all that and being thrown into the fire early. With that, when all the guys got pulled off the bus, I had to start my first game when I got here. So, you know, I was nervous, caught an interception, and ever since then, you know, it's been going great for me.
I know, you know, I got to say, I think quarterbacks are the hardest position in football. I think it's got to be right there by it is cornerbacks. Because you got to backpedal, you got to be right there with receivers. Receivers can turn at any point in time. Look at Julio Jones, for God's sakes.
Yes,
I mean, that would be a tough guy to cover. So I think that's one of the toughest positions that you could play in all of football. It's got to be unbelievably different from playing on the collegiate level to the pro level.
Yeah, I absolutely think it's different. You know, as far as the rules in college with the NFL is totally different. You know, it's a lot you can't do anymore, so you have to adjust to that. And then, you know, the quarterbacks and the receivers are on a timing in the NFL, you know, so, you know, they hitting throws that you wouldn't think they would hit right over your head. So the quarterbacks are great, the receivers are great, and those guys can make plays on the ball.
Cam Newton had said this. He didn't, coming from Auburn University, went to the pros, Carolina Panthers, of course, and just taking the ball, doing a little practice, you know, doing a little timing and see how the receivers are. When he said hike, he went back 2 steps, 3 steps, and he turned around, and his receivers were 30 yards down the field already. So they are unbelievably fast.
Yes, sir, definitely. They cover a lot of ground. You know, you take your eyes and you look at their quarterback for 1 second, they can be running past you, and that's any receiver that lines up against you, and that's one thing you have to stay disciplined in is your eyes and make sure you got your man when you're in man-to-man coverage.
Unbelievable. Now, how big is it going to be coming up? Monday Night Football. The Washington Redskins off this week. Monday Night Football is the next game you play next Monday in the Superdome, returning back in the place you played all those Bayou Classics in. But this time, it's not the Grambling State Tigers. You're playing the other team that wears black, the New Orleans Saints.
It's going to be great for me. You know, just growing up here, you know, going to play the Bayou Classic in the Superdome, just being able to come back and just have that same feel again, just like it's the Bayou Classic, but knowing it's a different team and it's at a bigger level. So I'm just grateful to come back. All my family will be there. Everybody here from Jaguar. The Jaguars will be there. So I'm just grateful to have the support of everybody here.
You're almost jumping out of your skin already.
Yes, sir.
And the game hasn't even started yet.
Yes, sir.
Who you grew up as an NFL fan? Was it the Saints or who?
I growing up as an NFL fan. I grew up a hometown guy. You know, but unfortunately, you know, I didn't get a chance to go there. I got a chance to go to a great organization in Washington, and I'm just happy to be there.
I got to be honest with you. I'll pull for the Saints, brother, but I'll be pulling for you because can you imagine intercepting Drew Brees?
Yes, sir. I just been seeing that first interception all the way through. You know, I wouldn't even know my reaction when I get that first interception. So I'm ready to get that first interception.
I know what your reaction will be. Will be trying to make it to that end zone.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be tough for you to catch.
Definitely. Yes,
You're going to be a tough man to catch. There's
yes,
no
sir.
question about that. I know when the Honey Badger intercepted Drew Brees, he couldn't believe it. You know, he's playing for the Arizona Cardinals now. He's playing for the Houston Texans. And that's going to be big to play in that Superdome. And a Monday Night Football game, the Saints are usually pretty big. So I expect a lot of offense in that game. And last year was huge. The Washington Redskins got off to a big-time lead, and, in fact, it looked like they were going to win the game. And Drew Brees and the Saints came back with about 7 minutes left in the ball game, came back, won that game in overtime. So it's a high offensive deal. And one of the big players, obviously, on that team is Thomas, the wide receiver.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's a big deal for those guys, especially in the room with us. You know they still had that bad taste in their mouth from last year. And those guys are looking to come in on Monday and just take care of the small things and make sure we do the small things right in the game. So that's how we're going to come out victorious in the end. I think we just got to stay together, whether they make plays or not, you know, because the team's going to make plays. There's guys in the NFL, they make the plays. Yeah. So, you know, we got to be, you know it's going to come some bad times in that game, but we just got to fight through it.
What was your reaction when you found out you made the 53-man roster?
Well, man, my reaction, I was just speechless. I called my mom. I called my mom. I just held the phone for a second, and, you know, she was just like, did you make it? Did you make it? And I was just like, yes. And it's just like, you know, it was a sigh of relief. You know, just going through that whole process, you know, it was kind of stressful, just trying to make sure I did everything right, trying to make sure I stayed on top of the playbook. But once I found out that I made that 53, it just was a sigh of relief. But I know the work is not over. I know I got to continue to keep working and just try to stay there.
Was it all the way down to the end where you were sweating it out, so didn't know if you would make it? I know watching like Hard Knocks, to see like the players are waiting, man, I hope I made it. And then all of a sudden you get that phone call, and it's one of the player personnel saying, I need you to bring your playbook and you need to come see coach.
Yes, sir. That's the nervous part. And then I think, you know, with my mom and them knowing that it was the final day for cuts, they were calling that morning. I'm scared to pick up the phone. You know, I was going to wait till if I got the call or if I didn't get the call to call them and let them know what was the news. So whenever someone called, I'm just nervous. Like I'm just shaking, like looking at the phone. Like you know, I'm hoping it's not that call. And unfortunately it wasn't. I'm thankful that, you know, I'm able to be a part of that organization.
Now, you were the part of a last winning team against Southern University or Alcorn State when you beat Alcorn State at Alcorn State 2 years ago. Why is it being so hard to beat the Braves of Alcorn State?
It's just the mistakes that we made coming down to the game. You know, adversity is going to set in, but it's how you deal with it. But, you know, I feel like a lot of times in the game we fell apart as a team, you know, not just staying together. But the time we did beat them, we stayed together even though they made plays. And that's how we came out victorious in the end. I just feel like it's going to be ups and downs in every game. But we know we got to stay the course, stay together as a team, and we're going to come out victorious in the end.
So you think Southern wins tonight?
Yes, sir, I'm definitely. Go Jags.
So you think they win here at Alcorn State on homecoming?
Yes, sir.
All right. And by the way, we're going to try to put this on you and call you Danny Smith or something like that for return game today.
Yes, sir. I don't mind getting back there. I'd love to suit up in Mumford again.
Well, brother, we are seriously very proud of you. Congratulations on a great career here at Southern University, and we know you'll be retiring in the Washington Redskins or somewhere in the National Football League. We'd love for you to come to the New Orleans Saints.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, I'm just thankful for the opportunity. You know, wherever I end up at, you know, I'm going to give them the best of me. All I got in me, I'm just, you know, happy to be able to be playing this game.
See, this is what it's all about right here. These guys coming back, and this great guy, Danny Johnson, right here. Southern University, unbelievable. All right, when we come back on the Southern Game Day Experience, we're going to be talking to another young man who's son played here, Leonard Tillery. You know that
yes,
guy?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Leonard Tillery Sr. will join us right here from ExxonMobil. We'll have all that and a whole lot more. And from the Tony Clayton Championship Plaza outside of the A.W. Mumford Stadium, I'm Chris Powers, and this is Southern Game Day Experience right here on Pelican Sports TV.
At Roadrunner Towing, we love our God, our children, our nation, and yes, our sports. So let's play ball. Score big when you need a tow, either in East Baton Rouge or West Baton Rouge. Because at Roadrunner Towing, we don't want an arm and a leg. We just want your toes.
We'd rather sell them than move them.
It's Salisbury's Moving Sale and Jeep Adventure Days.
All new 19 Jeep Cherokee Latitudes and $19,990 after finance rebate.
15 at this price.
Get them now at Salisbury's Chrysler,
Dodge,
Jeep,
and Ram in Baton Rouge.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score, because we've got the food covered. with hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, official chicken of Southern University. One love.
This December 15th, the best in HBCU football will meet in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl. MEAC champion versus SWAC champion. Only one will rise above the rest at Mercedes-Benz Stadium and claim the coveted Celebration Bowl trophy. For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Homecoming 2018 right here in front of A.W. Mumford Stadium in front of the Tony Clayton Championship Plaza. Ribbon-cutting ceremony will be taking place a little later on today, and we're very happy to have a partnership with this show, ExxonMobil. And to bring us here, not only ExxonMobil's coming, I'm very honored to have Mr. Leonard Tillery Sr. on the show. How you doing, my friend?
So far, so wonderful.
Good to see you, my man.
Yes, sir.
And not only that, your son played right here at Southern University, almost 5,000 yards in rushing. Now, I should, that probably, my professor always told me the stupidest question is the one that I asked. I mean, you got to be very proud of that guy. Not only had a great career at Southern University, great in the books, great young man, but this guy, after Walter Payton and the SWAC from Jackson State, this guy's the leading rusher in SWAC history.
Yes, he is. Really proud of him. Thank Southern for the opportunity to give him that chance.
And not only that, 3 straight years he's had over 1,000 yards in rushing. That hadn't happened. He had the first 1,000-yard rushing since Kenneth Peoples back in the 2003 era. So that was a long stretch he went without a 1,000-yard rusher, and Leonard Tillery was the one that do that. And obviously he worked from get-go. His work ethic was unbelievable.
Yes, I was very proud of him. Even with that work ethic, it's just sitting down on Fridays and Saturdays, looking at film, looking at games, having individuals that he admired, and he would actually record these individuals and go back throughout the night and watch their moves and watch the things that they did, and he put the work in.
So you're here at Southern University. What does Southern University mean for you and your family?
Well, what Southern University means to me and my family is just an opportunity to be able to partner with such a great institution, not only for him to get an education, but at the same time, just the individuals here to be great citizens that they are.
So, and the great thing, you got Southern University shirt on, but right here, ExxonMobil, right there on your sleeve. How big is ExxonMobil? How do you feel? I know you feel proud, your chest sticking out, that ExxonMobil, big proud sponsor of Southern University.
Yes, it is. Actually, I really feel great about it because Southern University means a lot, not just to the North Baton Rouge community, but for Louisiana residents overall. And then for such a wonderful company like ExxonMobil to get with Southern and partner with them in something like that, that's great all the way around. Like I say, it's a win-win situation.
And also, too, not only ExxonMobil just sponsoring Southern University, but so many training deals, programs going on right here from ExxonMobil for students all over.
Right. One of the great things is the North Baton Rouge Industrial Training Initiative. I say, it's a collaborative effort to provide not only just recruiting and training, and I say, and developing, but it's a sustainable process in order for the North Baton Rouge residents to be able to find careers with local industrial employees. And
Exxon is expanding. They talked about it. I know at one point this was the 3rd largest plant in the world. Now it's going to be even bigger than that because they're expanding here in the Baton Rouge area.
Yes, actually, I guess the biggest thing is people really don't understand the value that ExxonMobil brings to this community, this area. And it's a great opportunity for them because one thing about ExxonMobil is really committed to helping its neighbors.
And we're going to have ExxonMobil Day on November the 10th. It's Senior Day as well here at Southern University as we get ready to play the UAPB Golden Lions, the final home game of the 2018 season inside of A.W. Mumford Stadium. I know you'll be back for that too, right?
Oh, yeah, we'll be back for that. And like I said, one of the things that we're asking ExxonMobil is for all our employees and our supporters to be able to come out and join in with us and help us out. Like, you know, they're going to have food, they're going to have fun, and then at the same time, we're going to have a great game after that.
No question about that. And now, all right, now big game today with the Alcorn State Braves. I was asking Danny Johnson, who was just here just a few moments ago. They have been a thorn in our side for years and years and years. No question about that. Does Southern do it today?
Well, like I said, I'm looking for Southern to pull it out 24-21, a little close, tight game. But, hey, you know, look, it's got to be paid late on the field.
No question about that, my man. And I'll tell you this, too. When Lenard Tillery, not only, like we said, being a great guy here, this is the numbers on Lenard Tillery. 45 games.
Yes.
So that means that he wasn't going to miss a game coming in here.
No. Like I said, no, his whole training process was to be able to be sustainable and make every game.
811 carries, 4,622 yards, and 44 touchdowns. Now, when he first got started, you look at him, not big legs, but he's got great eyesight, and he also, when he hit that hole, he went a different speed.
Yes, like I said, man, and he developed over the years. I said a little bit by little bit. I said, thanks to the coaching staff that they had here, there, especially the running back coach, is they did a phenomenal job in preparing him.
Now, what do we look for him now? I mean, he signed with the Los Angeles Rams coming out, and then he left the Rams and went to the Tennessee Titans.
Right, like I said, Tennessee is calling him back. Like I said, hopefully he'll get a chance to go practice squad and move himself up. But like I said, he's completely healthy now. And like I said, back from the shoulder injury. And so being completely healthy, that's the thing to look for. If not there, like I say, is him and his agent is talking, like I said, about some other opportunities. So he'll be back in football. And like I said, next year, it's great things to look for.
Well, just like your son coming up and what have you, it was exciting for him to come in to be a Southern Jaguar player, no question about that. But you got to be able to find a field also to fall back on. When football does that there, ExxonMobil, how big would be ExxonMobil for young students right now looking at this program on Pelican Sports TV to say, hey, we'd like to be able to come and start working for ExxonMobil?
Well, like I said, that's what the North Baton Rouge Industrial Training Initiative is for. It's training individuals, like I said, to be able to be prepared for careers with ExxonMobil. Now, Southern University by itself with the engineering program and so forth is they supply us with great engineers. And then on the other side of that is there's a lot of individuals with different disciplines and degrees that come out and work on the other side, the craft side of that. And then, like with this, with the neighborhood and the North Baton Rouge area, is ExxonMobil is reaching out again, not just to Southern University, but the North Baton Rouge area in order to be able to pull them in for successful careers with Exxon.
No question about that. So again, November the 10th, be here, ExxonMobil Day, right here inside A.W. Mumford Stadium. It's Senior Day, and with that, we'll play the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff and the Golden Lions, and it'll be right here at this stadium. And this, I'll tell you what, right now, what else?
Well, like I said, I wanted to tell you too, October the 16th, at the North Baton Rouge campus on Acadian, Baton Rouge Community College, Exxon has that Baton Rouge initiative going on, and so from 6 to 8 p.m. and we're asking everybody to come on out, sign up, be part of the dream.
All right, so again, and then you come out, all they got to do is go out to the Acadian campus, right?
That's all they got to do. Come out to the Acadian campus, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., sign up. Like I say, hopefully you can be part of that next 100 that's going to make the cut.
No doubt about that. There'll be something that's big, folks. I'm telling you that right now. Southern University taking on the Alcorn State Braves today, right here. Homecoming 2018. Coach Dawson Odom's 1-6 against the Alcorn State Braves. He won a couple of years ago, and he's trying to make that to where he can win in this game here today. No question about that. His record in his 7th season here is 39-15 and 72% of his regular season wins in the SWAC. So at 45-27 overall, that's 63% of his wins. But against the Alcorn State Braves, and they've been a thorn in our side for years and years and years. This is the 66th meeting for these guys today, so we're hoping that this one could be the big one and that Southern can win. All right, when we come back, we've got a celebrity picker right here that's going to be able to say, hopefully, everyone so far has picked Southern to win this game today over the Alcorn State Braves. Hopefully, we can make it another one with that. We'll be back with more as we continue with the Southern Game Day experience right here, presented by ExxonMobil right here outside of A.W. Mumford Stadium and the Tony Clayton Championship Plaza on Pelican Sports TV.
Dallas, get ready to turn it all the way up for the 2018 State Fair Football Showdown. Saturday, October 20th, Cotton Bowl Stadium. Get ready for the Battle of the Cats. It's the Tigers of Texas Southern University, straight out of H-Town, versus those Jaguars of Southern University, Baton Rouge. Brought to you by Lone Star Sports. Two big cats from the swag. It's colossal. Come witness Southern's high-scoring offense against Texas Southern's shutdown defense. In the end, only one cat will remain standing. This is huge. It's a game you've been waiting for. Turn it up. And did we mention the bands? Get ready for the high-stepping bands you want to hear. Featuring TSU's Ocean of Soul, moving in motion against Southern's Human Jukebox. Saturday, October 20th, Cotton Bowl Stadium in Dallas. It's Texas Southern's Tigers of H-Town. Turn it up. This is the Jaguars of Southern University, Baton Rouge. For more information, visit our website, www.statefairshowdown.com.
I can't imagine a day without music. You go downtown, you can find some music. You come uptown, you can find some music. Monday night, they got music. Every night of the week, there's music somewhere. Baton Rouge is a place where it's easy to make friends. It's easy to hear some music, and it's easy to come back. We got the music, we got the food, and we got good people. So with that combination, you can't lose, right?
You ever come to Louisiana?
We're a nation of hardworking Americans, and businesses will always be the lifeline of this great country. As a business owner, you understand the importance of your reputation. In times of uncertainty, you need a real lawyer who's serious about protecting you and your business. You need a problem solver. You need the law firm of Clayton and Fouget. Tony Clayton is a proven trial lawyer. He'll defend you and your business to the fullest extent of the law. Protect your investment and call the law firm of Clayton and Fouget today.
Legendary Import Group, distinguished service and detailed attention. You'll discover the only distinctive auto for the legend in you. Stop by 10660 Coursey Boulevard or phone 225-960-1191.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Homecoming 2018 right here at Southern University and right in front of A.W. Mumford Stadium in the Tony Clayton Championship Plaza. Homecoming 2018. We're going to break it down here in just a moment. Yes, I will call you Dr. Man because we're all proud of you, my friend, Dr. Travion Scott. And he used to be the doctor for three-point shots right there at the top of the key, point guard for Southern basketball team. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Now, what title do we have here now? Because you're so many titles, so many people want you. You're one of our crown jewels here to where we have to keep you. You're one of the hot commodities all over the nation, man. People, all the schools trying to get you, but we keep you here at Southern University because you do such a great job.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much.
So give us your title now.
So my title now is Deputy Director of Athletics.
See, it sounds good.
Yeah, it does. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun too. So one of the things that I enjoy the most is coming here every day and being able to give back to my alma mater and the student athletes. Being a past student athlete myself, a former student athlete here at Southern, and understanding the pageantry and the tradition that comes with being the Jaguar. You know, you get to set expectations for student athletes to come behind you, and it's been great. I wouldn't have it any other way. We talk about growing where you're planted, and I've had the opportunity here certainly to do that. And whatever happens from here happens, but right now I'm just glad to be a Jaguar.
Well, and you also involved in just about everything. I know a lot of the scheduling and all that you were involved in too. And let's talk about football schedule-wise. Next year we go to Memphis, Tennessee.
We do.
To play the Tigers. Also, we understand that FAMU, and I know Denise Rankins is going to be happy with that. We also play FAMU coming up.
We do. So we're at Memphis. We're at McNeese week 2. Right now, Pete Richardson Classic is the University of Virginia at Lynchburg.
Oh, wow.
Be coming to Baton Rouge. And then week 4 is at Florida A&M. We signed a 2-year deal with them. We're looking to extend it, possibly 19, 20, skipping 21, and probably picking back up in 22 and 23.
And a lot of people want to know, why do we play the big FBS schools? And it's simply because of the fact that's money. That's money coming in.
Well, I look at it. I look at it 2 ways. We get a lot of student athletes who want to come because we step up and play in competition. It's not always about the revenue that we're able to generate. That certainly helps. but we actually get student athletes for their willingness and want to go to TCUs and Georgias and compete, particularly the kids who are from those areas. Kendall Catalan, for example, is from the Metroplex.
Yeah.
You know, he wanted nothing more than to go back and play against his home school, you know, a TCU or SMU, those Dallas area football powers, you know, to actually show that they missed on him, and rightfully so. He's an outstanding young player and young man. Yeah. And so, you know, the revenue is great. Obviously, my comeback for revenue is always let's fill the stadium, and we won't, you know, have to play those games simply because of revenue. But our student athletes enjoy the competition, and it gets us ready for conference play, and so we're going to continue to play those games moving forward.
And basketball, Alabama.
Basketball, Alabama. Last year we had the opportunity to go to Cameron Indoor and face Duke. Obviously, basketball is a little different. There's a little bit more parity associated with it. Of course, the numbers are identical, whether you're in FBS or FCS. And so, you know, our young men competed well there last year. We look forward to going and seeing the SU alum Avery Johnson in Alabama the first week of November as well. And so, you know, again, when you're stepping up in competition, that's more or less on the competitive side a reason for student athletes to be able to come to your universities to enjoy being able to play up to show that they belong.
Have you had an opportunity to see the basketball team play so far?
You know what?
As far as workout?
I had a chance to actually watch practice on yesterday. We had the NCAA in town, and I had Coach Woods over. He very graciously donated, you know, 30 minutes of his practice time to come and sit with us and be able to convey some of his messaging to the NCAA relative to what we're doing and some things that we want to do moving forward. And so when we finished up, I got a chance to go over and watch him practice. And boy, when I tell you, he gets after it and he's intense. The players are receptive. They're enjoying every minute. They're competing every moment that they're out there. And so I'm looking forward to the product that he's going to put on the floor.
Well, y'all have done a superb job. You and Coach Banks have done an absolute unbelievable job here. Not only got us out of the problems with the APR scoring, but also now the NCAA is using us as a model to do that. And I think that's absolutely unbelievable. So for that in itself, I think it's great. And that's why I'm thinking right now Southern University looks better than it's ever before. The student enrollment is up. The freshmen are up. Programs are looking good. Buildings are looking good. A.W. Mumford Stadium is a nice, shiny penny. Hadn't lost on that brand new turf in 9 games.
We won't tonight.
Oh, we're going to get to that here in a moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 66th meeting between these two schools. 36-27-2 is the record the Alcorn State Braves have it. It's the second time in the Coach Dawson Odom's era they're going to play at homecoming. Last time was 2013. That's the last time we won the SWAC championship game. 2014, the very next year, Alcorn State beat us in Houston, Texas. They won it. The Braves, 4 straight Southwestern Athletic Conference Eastern Divisional titles. Unbelievable. So, Southern University hasn't lost in 9 straight games here on this field. The last time they lost, October 31st, 2015, almost 3 years. Mm-hmm. So, who wins the game tonight, Travion Scott?
Jags win. I'll go out on a limb and say 31-24 Southern.
Dr. Travion Scott. All right, thank you, everyone, right here, Pelican Sports TV, Southern Game Day Experience. Have a good one.
The Jaguars are united on the bluffs of the mighty Mississippi to defend their turf. And this fall, they stalk in unison. This fall, they strike with furiosity. This fall, Jaguars proudly.
Touchdown run. That's a lot of effort, a lot of determination.